other people. It's good to have somebody there that you care about who will like needle you in a nice way because they care and remind you of the things that you already know. So let me be that little needler for you here as well. Remember, if you say to yourself, God, I have to do this, your brain may immediately go, I'm not doing it. Because have to feels like pain for a lot of people. Does that make sense? So instead of have to, say, hey, I choose to do this. Or I get to do this. Or I want to do this. And that's the one I use most often now. Instead of I have to, I have to do all these things. I say, God, I want to do all these things today. How does that feel? Does that feel different than I have to do all these things all today? I want to do all these things today. I'll tell you what it does for me. In a heartbeat, it takes me from a state where my brain's in resistance saying, I don't have to do anything, I'm not going to go through all that pain, to, oh, I want to do it. All it means, it presupposes to me that there's going to be pleasure in my following through. So how do you handle procrastination? One, find out how you presently create the state or the ritual of procrastination. Two, make sure that you ask yourself two new questions. If I don't do this, what's going to be the ultimate price I'm going to have to pay? What are all the areas that I'm going to pay a major price? What will it cost me if I don't do this? And really feel the consequences. Three, ask yourself the question, God, if I really did this and I'd already accomplished it, how would I feel? If I'd already gotten this done, who would it benefit? How would my life be better? How much more joy would I have if I had already done this? Right? And then four, develop the habit of saying, I want to do things instead of I have to. You'd be surprised what these four little steps will do for you. And of course, the last step, step 5, is even if you don't feel like doing it, develop the physical habit that when you start to feel this thing called procrastination, you physically move your body to break through. In other words, you gesture, you move, and just say, I'm going to do it. You use your body as the leverage to change states. That's all I want you to think of for now. So again, I've circled around here, so let me come back. Your assignment's simple. Review what we've done already. Review your 5 negative emotions, how you create them, and think about what are some pattern interrupts you could create for yourself. Maybe one of them is feeling totally starved. So maybe there's something you want to do there. In order to feel starved, you listen to a radio show that says, aren't you hungry? Aren't you hungry? Aren't you hungry? For Burger King or something fun like that. And you notice that's the first step. So what do? Come up with a pattern interrupt for it. So now when you hear, aren't you hungry? And you notice you're about to go, yes, I am. Instead, you say, no, I'm not. You're not going to manipulate me. No, I'm not. You're not going to manipulate me. I'm going to exercise instead. In other words, create something to interrupt the pattern. Does that make sense? And be creative and outrageous. Have some fun. So your assignment is review your negative emotions. Develop a different pattern up for each one. Something you could do to interrupt that negative pattern, to get out of the ritual. And 2, review your positive emotions and think about, gosh, how could you trigger those more often and where? Where in your life and when in your life would you be willing to put yourself in a great state on an ongoing basis? And then thirdly, take a look at procrastination and chunk that one down, okay? In your success journal, write down, in procrastination, what do you do, step 1, step 2, step 3, to get yourself in that place? And again, develop a way to break in there. And I've given you several tools. Okay? Have we had a good day here? You better be saying yes. Okay? Or you better figure out what rituals you do to cheat yourself from ultimate joy of visiting with me on a daily basis. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, and tomorrow we're going to talk about success conditioning. How to get ourselves to consistently feel the way we want. We've talked about it a little bit before, but we're going to do it in depth now. We're going to teach you how to do some anchoring and how to condition yourself so that once you identify a new ritual, you can make it last without any conscious effort. In other words, you can install the rituals that support your life. Till then, have fun today and live with passion.